Hi guys, are you all there? I think I'm live. Hey everybody, welcome to the session. I'm here with you. Hi Chawali, hi Parth, hi Vaibhav Singh. Long time no see. I think the weekend came in between. We did not have our weekend came in between, and then I think when was the last class? We did not have it on Saturday, I think. Right. Friday and Saturday, or only Saturday, right. Friday we did the last class, didn't we? Yeah, चिराग ये है मेरा सच्चा बच्चा. Friday was the last class. Yes, I'm here. Saturday, there was some emergency at my end and I couldn't do that class. Sunday was, of course, Sunday. I lazed around a bit. And here I am today with you all. So even I start missing that element from my life. Something is wrong. Like, okay, everything is good. The sun is shining. Then at night stars are shining. But then it's class nahi hui. So something is amiss. ऐसा feel होता है मुझे. नहीं, Thursday नहीं चावाली. Friday I did. I remember. Saturday I told you, Derek, there was an emergency at my end. Parth, what happened? 10, 91%, 12, 83. Yes, that's a decent profile. Go ahead with that. और भाई क्या हाल चाल है? सिद्धांत मिश्रा and Parth and Chawali and Chirag and Biswal कहाँ है आज? I can't see him. How's everything, guys? How was the weekend? And how is Monday treating you? Acha, how many of you finished watching Panchayat season 4? I did. हाँ Savitripati, I can see you. Good to see you. You haven't started CAT prep. जन विदेश मुख तो कब करोगे आप? 2026 के लिए या उसके भी बाद? Yeah, Chirag, even I binge watched in 2 days. And then you know what? Generally I was like fond of Squid Game, but this time I'm not getting the motivation. Squid Game का season 3 आ गया है ना? Somehow वो अंदर से आवाज नहीं आ रही है कि देखो देखो जाके उसको देखो. हाँ Ria, what happened? I thought that VRC is for me, but I'm struggling what to do studying daily for 8 hours. Overworked हो आप, over studying कर रही हैं आप. Reduce that. Free access of Scientific American. You have to go to settings and change JavaScript, Mohit. Okay? Derek, कैसा question है ये? मैं, I feel shocked at such questions. My profile is 657. Do you think I can get FMS? भाई सबसे ज़्यादा important है CAT percentile. Without getting 99 point something, how can you even ask me this question? Do you think I can get FMS? And 6, 5 and 7 is anyway low. ये तो आपको भी पता है. How much VA to do per day? Per day करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. You can do thrice a week. Like 15 to 20 questions of VA thrice a week. The most important thing is reading, which unfortunately I see many people undermining. Okay? I really feel disappointed about that. But ठीक है, सबको अपना अपना देखना है. नहीं सुनते हो अगर आप लोग तो it's आपकी मर्जी. So without reading consistently and religiously, you cannot crack the desired percentile. And those people need not read specifically for CAT, like people who have always been avid readers. So they need not read specifically CAT बोल के कि भाई मुझे पढ़ना है CAT के लिए, पढ़ना है, read करना है CAT के लिए, क्योंकि वो हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ read करते रहते हैं. But most of the students do not have this habit of reading, and yet they think they can get away with a 99 percentile thing without too much of reading, and they just want to focus on questions and practice and daily practice and itna VA, itna RC. Sorry to say, it's not going to happen. Okay, it's Riyaz, not Riya. All right. तो FMS इंटरव्यू के लिए अकैड्स कंसिडर नहीं होते हैं डायरेक्ट. आप क्या खाली एक ही को टारगेट करोगे FMS? And for FMS, you know the percentile that is required? You said general engineer. डायरेक्ट का क्वेश्चन देखो. आई हैवंट वॉच्ड पंचायत सीजन 1 to 3. शुड आई वॉच 4? ये वो वाली बात हुई. आई हैवंट वॉच्ड द प्रीवियस सेशंस ऑफ योर सीरीज. शुड आई कम एंड सिट फॉर दिस सेशन और शुड आई फर्स्ट गो एंड चेक द बैकलॉग्स? Conduct CAT 25. It's cozy code. A gentleman called Ram something. Isn't that news already, Chawali? I am cozy code, Mr. Ram. अब वो surname क्या है? I forgot. कुमार या राम कपूर तो नहीं हो सकता है क्योंकि वो तो एक्टिंग वाला है. आई थिंक इट्स कुमार. आई एम नॉट श्योर. फिलॉसफी वेरी बोरिंग. फिलॉसफी खुद को भी बोरिंग ही लगता होगा उसको भी. But then you have to read philosophy passages, Savitri. You have to kind of get into it. Why? Because you're planning to take the CAT. Oh, I was booted out from an academy. SRK. Wow. चलो शुक्र है किसी ने तो सोचा ना कि मुझे निकाला गया. सब यही सोच रहे हैं कि मैं ना पैसे के लिए मैंने छोड़ दिया अन अकेडमी में, छोड़ के आ गई. थैंक यू SRK. I was booted out because I was not a good educator. I wasn't performing well. I was not doing my duties probably. इसलिए निकाला गया. हाँ चिराग 99.6. ओके. नहीं राम कपूर नहीं है उनका नाम. चलो एवरीबडी बहुत हो गई चिट चैट. आगे बढ़ते हैं. कम ऑन एवरीबडी. अमनदीप क्या हो गया? While reading Eon essays, maintain coherency in my mind because of. किसने बोला आपको इतने सारे पैराग्राफ्स पढ़ने? अमनदीप only 3 to 4 पैराग्राफ्स. आज तक अपने इतने साल 500,000 years की जिंदगी में मैंने एक भी Eon essay पूरा नहीं पढ़ा है. I have always read 4, 5 या maximum 6 पैराग्राफ्स. I'll zone out अगर मैं 3800 words एक साथ पढ़ूंगी, वो भी इतना dense. Okay, Parth and Savitri and everybody, come on guys, let's start. जिनको भरोसा है कि मैं पढ़ा पाऊंगी आपको अभी कुछ अच्छा दूंगी. Sit in the class. SRK, since I was booted out from an academy, according to you, I don't think you should place your trust in me and sit for the class. Okay? Alright, everybody, let's dive right in. So what are we going to do today? If you remember guys, you did my session on Friday. And in that session, what did we do? We did inferences taken from PYQs. So in every session of mine, I try to give you bite-sized gyan that can actually contribute to your overall understanding and your overall CAT prep. This is my endeavor, my most sincere, genuine endeavor. आप इसमें मेरा साथ दो. Thank you so much for being there in the class and being under my wing. Okay. Now, CAT Inferences-PYQS में I had lined up 2 passages for you. Okay. We did 1 passage in the previous session. Fine. That had 3 questions. Today I'm going to take you to the second passage that I had lined up. It has some beautiful inferences and some gyan points related to those questions. I'll take you forward. चलिए देखते हैं. जल्दी बताओ मुझे start करें या ना start करें? Are you all ready? Ready with paper, pen, thinking caps, rolled up sleeves? चलें 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 चलें. हाँ मोहित, चिराग, चावाली, yes, come on. Okay, Riyaz, Vaibhav. Oh, Biswal has come. So good to see you. All right. चलिए guys. So, as I said, 1 passage. PYQ, 3 questions. Okay, Rubal, good to see you. Hey. All right. So, yeah, quickly the announcement. Last batch. It's like kind of right coming out of the oven. We are offering it to you in a big way. There are some additional features besides the regular ones. Go ahead guys, join the last batch. After this, you won't have to worry about your prep because we are going to have your backs covered. I'm there for VARC, Prashant sir is there for verbal, whatever related to VARC. We have got Alp sir, Kamal Lohia sir, we have got Raj sir, and of course, Hamare founder, Jeet sir. So these people are going to help you with QA, DILR and all, and बाकी VARC हम देख लेंगे. Okay, so trust us when we say this. We are worried about your result. That's our concern too, and we are working very hard for it. जो भी हम efforts डाल रहे हैं, they are genuine. Whether it's mocks or sectionals or classes or YouTube sessions or overall feedback, doubt clearance, सब कुछ में we try to put in genuine efforts. Okay, हाँ बिस्वाल. Okay, हाँ एक और चीज़, quick announcement before I take you over to the passage. My FB is still not resolved. Okay, probably tonight it will be done. I'm still struggling to kind of get back to normalcy and get in touch once again with my students, because for the last 4-5 days, ever since that hack thing happened, I have not been able to get into that and do the doubt clearance thing. So those of you who are there on FB and you feel that I have been MIA, missing in action, just be patient until tonight. इस वजह से I was supposed to conduct a test also. आपका जो वो है ना list of words, the concepts, वो मैंने 30th को बोला था. But then there's no way that I can announce very properly on FB, and some people will be left out. Later they are going to just resent and say कि मैम हमें तो पता ही नहीं चला आपने कहाँ announce किया था. So I'll do it probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow, but tonight I'm going to resolve that situation. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay guys. Alright, so this was the first one. We did this. This was NASA's exploration, if you remember Chirag and Biswal. Okay, hi Aisha, good to see you there. Reasonable, okay. ये 3 questions हमने कर लिए थे. CDB answer था उसका. Move on to this one. Hi, your paradise, good to see you. Now, you know the first step that we do. What is that? We check what the passage is about. This is a PYQ. I think 22, 23 किसी का है. Okay, fears of AI, haunted humanity, computer age, Hithato, these fears. Okay, something to do with AI. A quick tip for you all, AI, technology related passage will come. Okay, I mean if I have to put my bet on genre that will be there, I'll put it this way. AI, technology, economics, market, general market thing, it can be related to a company, it can be related to choice fatigue that's there in the market, it can be related to capitalism, excessive capitalism, or it can be just anything. All right, and philosophy, and then here we have got language. I'm putting this as a separate genre. It's not exactly a genre. This can be connected to philosophy, this can be connected to sociology, or this can be connected to psychology. But language is one of CAT's favorite topics. ठीक है? So linguistic होगा लिखा हुआ या language होगा लिखा हुआ, and then it gives anything related to this. Okay, so ये 4 genre, not ये genre नहीं exactly connected with this, as I said. Attack these 4. Okay, और science तो खैर एक रहता ही, मतलब रहेगा ही probably. So 4 passages के लिए if I have to give you 5 or 6 of this sort, ये ऐसा है मेरा, my picks over here. Got it? Yeah? Okay, चलिए. So AI, we saw that this passage is on AI, everybody. AI के बारे में जितनी हो सके रीडिंग कर लो. Cool. हर एंगल निकालो AI का. Okay. Then language, अच्छा, how big is the passage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 paragraphs. ठीक है? 5 paras. All right. I'm going to number the paras. Number 1, number 2, number 3 and 4 and 5. Now obviously you can't do this on the D-Day because you don't have this facility of marking on screen. But in your run up to CAT, you can keep doing this on your laptop when you're preparing. Okay, or maybe you can just pull a sheet of paper, pen, and you can scribble the way I do on the screen. Cool. Now, first question, what does it say? You know that this is my second step. After just assessing the passage in 15 to 20 seconds, I go over to the questions and sneak peek. That is very, very important. Why? Because it tells me what type of questions there are, right? What type is there? And then it also tells me how to go back to the passage and handle it, considering the kind of questions that are there. Correct? आप इसको देखो अभी. We can infer that the author is most likely to agree with which of the following statements. Do you see this? Agree. This means it can be one of the two. One of the two बोले तो what? It can be either a conclusion question. The author is likely to agree with which of the following. Likely to agree बोले तो पूरा सारे points देके after that what would the author conclude? Okay, or what would the author come up with as a suggestion, or what would the author go with, right? Savitri, it can be this, or it can be a simple true false question. ठीक है चावाली, Savitri, Parth, Biswal, Chirag. How do you get to know whether it's a conclusion thing or a true false thing? By just doing sneak peek at the options. कैसे? देखो यहाँ, people's fear of the dangers of students, unfounded, apart from it, have been beneficial, expressed fear, fatally harm, one of the biggest casualties. It does not contain any suggestion words. Okay? Should, would, might, may, can do this, दिख रहा है? Likely to, कोई भी suggestion words नहीं है. So this is a simple true false question. And let's break it down further, Chawali. What does it say? Likely to agree. So 1 true, 3 F. Do you see my point? Then there's another Gyan point here. What did I teach you earlier? If there are 3 F's in a question, it becomes easier for you compared to 3 T's. Why? Because you're going to locate traps in 3 options. Itna Gyan kafi hai is questions related. Please take that all in. Done? Everybody? I'm taking you over to the second question. Now don't think that in the test we are going to sit on one question like this and analyze it. Gaadi nikal jayegi aapki. No, so what do we do in the test? This expertise comes with practice. The more you practice, the more you sit with me, the better it's going to be for you, and you will be like, sab dekhte hi aapko samajh aayega. Oh, this is familiar. Shabana Ma'am had explained this. Clear hai sabko? So this is the first question. Cheer phad kar diya humne. Agla dekh lo. The author terms language the operating system of our civilization for all the following reasons except. This is not asking you the word infer or imply. ये मैंने purposely pick किया है passage to show you these 3 different types of questions. This question is not asking you infer or imply directly. Now, if you think, Chawali, ये inference का तो नहीं है, that is where you will be wrong. This is very much an inference question, because inference is what? Inference is interpretation of that particular point, rephrasing of that particular point, putting synonyms and all in that particular point. Right? I gave you the Gyan point last time. What do question setters do this time? They take this operating system of our civilization, CAT GPT में डाला. CAT GPT throws up a lot of details about this sentence, operating system of our civilization, the meaning of that in detail. The question setter picks that, sets that as the correct option. And then in the remaining options, he sets traps. This is how questions are made. Got it? So this is not asking you directly yet. This is an inference question. And this is specific inference. Right, Derek? Right, Chirag? Got it? Clear है सबको या नहीं clear है? Derek, we are doing inferences. Why are you still confused? Okay. So this is the second type of question that I showed you. This was conclusion ya kya, and then I showed you how to determine its conclusion or true false. Right, Ayushman? Okay. ठीक है बिस्वाल. Then next. 3 questions बोला था मैंने मोहित. Okay. The author identifies all of the following as dire outcomes of the capture of language by AI except. Now, I told you this Gyan point earlier, if it's only true false, like strictly true false, generally, वो option पढ़ के ना, you get the feel that it's a strictly true false. Well, I think probably the options will be shorter. अब यहाँ पे देख रहे हो, the author identifies all of the following as outcomes. Okay, so outcomes है, I'm writing here, outcomes, results of what? Capture of language by AI. Except, so true, 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 1 false. But even in this case, Chawali, Biswal, when you go back and you locate, the question setter is going to do some kind of chedchad with the option and rephrase it as the correct answer. You get it? So even here, if you think, even here it's inference. If you think, oh, this though is not an inference question, this is a strictly speaking true and false question. No, you have to infer something even here. Because as I said earlier, inference is what? Rephrasing का खेल, synonyms डालने का खेल, chat GPT से rephrase करना. Correct, guys? So I have shown you 3 types of questions that are all based on inference, but the student gets confused. Confused भी नहीं, उसको लगता है ये तो नहीं, ये तो वैसे नहीं handle करना है. I don't have to rephrase. मेरा कहना है, in all these 3 questions, play that card. Go ahead and rephrase the way I have taught you, and you will be able to eliminate nicely. क्लियर है सबको या नहीं क्लियर है? ठीक है? Got it? Viswal and Rex and Mohit and Avinash and all of you, Chirag. Now, for this set of questions, definitely I need to understand a little bit of what he's saying. And this effect, the outcome of the capture, this is definitely connected to 1 para. Para related, right? एक और ज्ञान यहाँ पे देती हूँ आपको प्रशांत. ये जो outcomes of the capture of this है ना, I'm thinking that it's connected to 1 para. What if the passage is, the passage is talking about outcomes of the capture of language by AI, and then in every para he gives 1 outcome. Do you see my point? Like some years back in CAT there was this passage on metric fixation. So instead of talking about the outcomes of metric fixation in 1 particular para, the author had spoken about 1 effect in every para. So there were like 4 to 5 paragraphs talking about the various effects of metric fixation. He first spoke about something like, incentivize and something, and then he went on to short-termism and something as that. I don't remember the paragraphs exactly, but that is what happened. So here, do not be too complacent about it that acha, this is para related. I'm going to go back to the passage and look for it in 1 para. It can be the situation that it's there, like different outcomes are there in different para. So please keep an eye out for these things while you are reading. Okay? ये सब आपको practice से ही ज्ञान आएगा. Correct? Now let's go back and check the passage and then we come back. Alright. So this is the main idea wala paragraph. Everybody is going to read it with me. Go on guys, get started. Are we done? You see what the para is saying? After checking the questions, Chirag, I already knew that it's talking about AI and language. Corrected? Correct. AI and language. Prashant, you guys are distracting me. Sneha and Prashant, and like I'm in the middle of some explanation and you guys are busy typing out long messages, chatting and kind of coming up with doubts. Koi baat nahi. I'm not going to reply right now because I'm explaining something. Yeah. So we come back to this para now and we see what this is saying. Why, fear of AI to has been there for ages. Okay, computer age when it came, ever since we have had this fear of AI. Till now these were focused on physical means to kill, but, is pe aa jao, but. There is a new kind of fear. What kind of fear, Chirag? The fear is it has gained abilities to manipulate and generate language, whether with words, sounds, images, whatever, hack the operating system of our civilization. Oh, there's a question. Why does he call this the operating system of our civilization? I don't think there's any reason given over here. So this answer is going to be in the next para. Why has he called it the operating system? Right? Okay. Follow. Yeah, come on. Language is the stuff almost all human culture is made of. Alright? Yes, Ayushman Biswal. Okay. Yes, Prashant, you are right. Juhi Narula ma'am is better for RC. Every VARC educator is better for RC than me. Still, let my students sit and study here. Do not gate crash and do not create a nuisance. Okay? Chalo. Language is the stuff almost all human culture is made of. Now he starts explaining what language does. Right? Language. Operating system of our civilization. We have learned this in Para Jumbles, right? This way of connecting, this way of taking forward your idea. He says here has hacked the operating system of our civilization. Now before he explains how it has hacked, bhai ye bhi to explain karega na, what do I mean by operating system of our civilization? Right? So language is the core, language is the stuff that all culture is made of. Human rights aren't inscribed, rather, they are cultural artifacts, okay. Gods aren't physical. I'm not going to read this for sure. Because he is explaining how language is the operating system of our civilization. Okay? Alright? Then we move forward. Okay? When we move forward, what do we see? Yahan pe? Yes, Biswal, Chawali. Okay, what do we see here? We see a question. I have given you this gyan earlier, Chirag and Chawali. If you ever spot a question, even if you're skimming, stop there. Look at that question. The questions with question marks are going to be connected with the main idea. Ye gyan de chuki hu main. Now here what does he say, Chawali? What would happen once a non-human intelligence becomes better than the average human at telling stories, composing melodies, drawing images, writing laws and scriptures? Oh, this is the fear, right? This is the fear that he has. What happens if it becomes better? Correct? And then there are some more questions. What will happen to the school system when kids do that? But this misses the big picture, right? And then he talks about politics. How do I handle this paragraph, Chawali? Biswal, I take a look at it this way. He's talking about how it's the operating system. I read one question here with a question mark. I understand that's connected to the main idea, to the big fear. Here he has spoken about the fear. There is a new kind of fear, right? And he continues and he says, what will happen if AI starts taking you out on date, if AI starts producing children, if AI starts giving you love, if AI starts giving you companionship, what will happen? Where will humans go? But here he is talking about language specific thing. Language से related drawings, scriptures, melodies, stories, everything. Got it? Clear? And then I skim and I see यहाँ पे politics की कुछ बात हुई है, chat GPT की बात हुई है. Okay, these are the points. So when I say skimming, it's like vertical reading. Ta like this. Done. It's a big paragraph. Okay, वैसे भी पूरा नहीं पढ़ना है. Then what does he say? Pitswal in the next one. Yeah. Through its mastery of language, AI could even form intimate relationships. Do you see this word here, even? Yeah. It could even form intimate relationships. Yeah. Intimate relationships. So this paragraph is taking forward the idea by saying, wo to kar sakta hai. It can write, it can draw, its handwriting can be much better than Shabana Ma'am's sharabi cockroach handwriting. It can make scriptures, it can do आपका mandala art, it can do various things. So where will language kaha gaya? And then he says it could even form intimate relationships and use opinions, worldviews. But remember one thing here, all my students. Even if he is talking about intimate relationships here, Chawali, he cannot move away from language. Are you getting my point? The passage is talking about AI connected with language. So even in this paragraph, if he talks about intimate relationships, okay, he cannot move away from language. Got it? Everybody. Guys, please ignore him. Please learn to be a little stoical. At least मेरे साथ बैठ रहे हो तो थोड़ा वो तो सीखना बनता है, right? Just leave it. उनको कर लेने दो. Okay, that gives him happiness. आप यहाँ focus करो. All right, Biswal. Yeah. Yeah. Aryan Gupta, language part again? Sure. यहाँ बोला है ना, देखो आपने. Yeah. Yeah. Manipulate and generate language. Right, Mohit? Manipulate and generate language means language का लोचा चल रहा है. AI सब कुछ तो take over कर लिया. Now AI is taking over language. Correct? अब यहाँ intimate relationships की बात किया है मोहित. He's not talking about going out on a date. He's not talking about going and having physical relationships. He's not talking about going and having food together. No. Intimate relationships are formed by communication, right? That is what he brings into the picture. Intimate relationships with people. AI can get close and influence your opinion, influence your something. Use the power of intimacy to change our opinions and worldviews. And then I leave it because I know, okay, this is talking about relationships and getting close to people. What will happen when AI takes over culture and begins this? Right, Rubal? Same thing that he has mentioned in the earlier paragraph. Now again he brings it up. Then what will happen? Previous tools, something, blah, 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 and then you skim. Fundamentally different. Okay, AI can do this, do that, do that, do that, do that. Of course, when I see this, I pay attention. Riyaz, yes. Of course, the new power of AI could be used for good purposes as well. Okay, so he moves on. And then the last para. I'm going to read the last para, guys, because this is going to sum up everything. So after seeing the analysis that the author is giving, AI can be good or bad or whatever, we need to go to the last para and see how he sums it up. Right? He says we can still regulate the new AI tools, but we must act quickly. Must. Very important. Whereas nukes cannot invent more powerful nukes, AI can make exponentially more powerful AI. It can bring more powerful AI. So AI can replace us. This is the author's opinion. Unregulated key problem hai. Oh, now I get the entire picture in a jiffy. The problem is there, the situation is there, but then the author comes up with a suggestion. Unregulated ka problem hai. Do some regulation. Right? Unregulated deployments would create chaos, benefit autocrats, ruin democracies. Very important point. Democracy a question to आएगा यहाँ पर. Democracy is this. Okay, when AI hacks language, then I skim a little bit. उसको explain कर रहा है. ये आपको पहचानना होगा कि this is an explanation of the earlier made point, so I can skim. रोलर स्केट्स पे खड़े होकर के मूव कर लो, आप गाड़ी को 5th गियर में लगा के आगे निकल लो, ठीक है। एंड द फर्स्ट रेगुलेशन आई वुड सजेस्ट इज व्हाट? Now this passage has a strong suggestion. If they give you a main idea question connected to this passage, the answer should have your suggestion as well. You get my point? Suggest is to make it mandatory for AI to disclose that it's an AI. भाई तूने फोन किया, मुझसे बात की, पूरा कॉन्वर्सेशन मैंने कर लिया, मैं निकल पड़ा तेरे पीछे, मुझे लगा अच्छा भाई ये तो बहुत अच्छी कोई है, बात कर लेते, बाद में पता चला भाई it's AI. So let AI disclose that it's an AI if I'm having a conversation and I cannot tell whether it's human or AI. That's the end of democracy. So the author comes up with an urgent tone. You need to regulate it or it can bring an end to democracy. This text has been generated by a human. Oh, I don't know. Has it been generated by a human or has it been generated by AI? So he tries to bring in that humorous element in the end. The tone is that. Yes, Neha. Yes, the passage is very easy to follow, something that you can understand very easily. It's just that passage mapping has to be done very strongly. Okay? Done, everybody? Just check the flow of the passage. ये मैं आपको painstakingly सिखाती हूँ, just so that this can help you build up your RC prep and then आराम से आपका निकलेगा. क्यों नहीं निकलेगा? Right? Okay. चलो. Now I take you over to the first question that we have. Likely to agree with which of the following? इसमें ध्यान रखो guys, this is going to be easy. Why? Because there's only one true. 3F. Just check the options once. And remember this Gyan point again. In true false, there's no need to do POE. इकलौता type of question है in which I leave my adorable POE. Clear? ठीक है? So let's check. एक true है, 3 F है इसमें. कोई ऐसा दिख रहा है आपको like author's tone is suggesting, recommending, all right. बोलो अविनाश. If a question comes, what is the job role of the author? No, I always recommend leaving such a question, but there is also a track record pattern कि CAT ऐसा question नहीं देता है. Riya's POE is process of elimination. We eliminate the options. Okay, now go on guys, read the options please. Please maintain some decorum in the class. थोड़ी सी इज्जत दे दो. Okay. Shawali is very fast these days. Yes, Trubala, I'll take you back to the last para, of course. First, just take a look at the options and see what you can kind of, ये red flag है, ये red flag है, ऐसा कुछ देख करके. Just see if you can eliminate or put them on the shelf. Do you see here, Riaz? This is for you, Riaz, since you're new to the class. People's fear of the dangers of students using Chat GPT and other new AI tools are unfounded. Tell me one thing, if the fears were unfounded, if there was nothing to worry about, would the author write such a big passage? By starting the passage, he started the passage and said there are many fears, people have been fearful, but there's another new fear added to that spectrum. So is it completely unfounded? Let's go by common sense based on what you have read from the passage. The author is saying there are fears. So completely unfounded, this is kind of extreme. That gives me a red flag. I put it on the shelf. Correct? Yes, Rubal, I'll take you back to the para. Hang in there. Apart from its drawbacks, AI tools have been beneficial in boosting technological and this. I'll keep this. Okay? क्योंकि इसमें तो दोनों दे रहा है, analytical. Apart from this, this. So the passage was a little bit analytical, wasn't it? Right? Beneficial in boosting technological and industrial advance worldwide. Okay. C says what? The commonly expressed fear that future AI developments will fatally harm humans is unfounded. Future AI developments, again unfounded. So why did the author write the passage then? So this is again extreme. Take it as a red flag, put it on the shelf. So I'm left with what? B and D. Now everybody in my class, how do I handle between the last two options? Riaz, between the last two options. I look for the difference between the two. Then I take one, go back and prove it. Go on, guys. Check this. I'll take you back to the passage. I'm not disclosing the answer yet. Okay? And then go back to the question. Yeah, Biswal. Most likely to agree with. Alright? And Chawali, I like your process of elimination. You said, Rubal said, we need to go back to the last para. Come on, guys. I'll clear the doodling. Check. I'll also take you to the first para once before you hit your answer. Okay. Okay? The flow is helping me here. Come on, guys. You're not sure, Rubal? You have to eliminate. I will wait. I'll just give you some tips, Rubal. Okay? Go back to the question stem again. Yes, Biswal, I love your point. Absolutely brilliant. Rubal, I'm giving you some hints. Go to the question stem again. It says most likely to agree with which of the following. Point number 2, that is hint number 2. The flow of the passage. Okay. Hint number 3, the main idea of the passage. Was the author praising AI anywhere, or was it like, was the main idea the threat, the dangerous aspects of AI? I mean, the first para itself said there are various fears connected with AI. But let me tell you about the newest one, AI and language. Right? Or let me tell you about a new one, AI and language. Newest agar nahi bhi bola hai. So what I understand from here is the purpose of the author in writing this passage is not to outline the benefits of AI. He is just trying to show us the bad side, that angle that we need to be careful with AI. So yes, I agree with you all. One of the biggest casualties yahan pe from the spread of unregulated AI is likely to be the democratic process. Rubal, you said this is extreme and you are willing to eliminate it. Ye dikh raha hai, likely to be. He is not saying one of the biggest casualties is the democratic process. He says it may happen. Why? Because he goes there and यहाँ पे आप जाके देखो इसमें क्या बोला है इसने democracy का nukes, okay, ruined democracies. ये democracy is a conversation when AI hacks, okay, destroying democracy. So he's like very concerned about democracy, and that can be a very bad angle of AI. Moreover, democracy is connected with language, right? So if we go over here, अच्छा B देख लो क्या कह रहा है. Apart from its drawbacks, AI tools have been beneficial. I'll give you a ज्ञान point here, Rubal. याद रखना इस चीज को, and this will help you. The tone of the author in B is positive. Negative होने के लिए कैसा होता रुबाल वो option? Apart from some benefits, AI is overall threatening mankind. The focus becomes on threats. The focus is there on threats. थ्रेटनिंग एस्पेक्ट। ऑप्शन बी में अभी क्या कह रहा, हाँ मैं मानता हूं कुछ तो उसके ड्रॉबैक्स हैं, बट एआई हैज बीन बेनिफिशियल इन बूस्टिंग टेक्नोलॉजिकल एंड ये उसी की वजह से दुनिया चल रही, उसी की वजह से हम कनेक्टेड हैं वगैरह वगैरह। यू गेट इट? सो सिंस द टोन इज रॉन्ग इन बी, वी कैन नॉट गो विद दैट। वो मजा ही नहीं आ रहा है बी में कि इज दिस व्हाट द ऑथर वुड अग्री विद, कि हाँ भाई एआई जो है बहुत अच्छी चीज है। No, अपना ये author is threatened by AI. He has his fears. You get it, guys? Everybody? Yes, it's downplaying the main idea. Well done, Biswal. Great. So this is your answer. Cool? Chalo, move over to the next one. Specific inference. This should be easier. He calls it the operating system of our civilization. For what? Okay, for all the following reasons except true, 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 F. Correct, Rubal? Yeah, he balanced it by giving likely in that question. Operating system, right? एक बार खाली देख लो ऑप्शंस को कि कहीं कुछ रॉन्ग, फॉल्टी कंपैरिजन, wrong cause effect, if you can spot anything like that, and then we'll go back to that para. Fundamental to the articulation and spread of human values and culture. Okay. Operating system, language, okay, culture, values, has laid the foundation for the creation of cultural artifacts through writing and telling of stories. So this is cause, this, and this is effect. उसकी वजह से foundation हुआ है. How? By writing and telling of stories. Can influence political views and opinions. Do you remember in that paragraph there was some mention of political stuff in the end? So I know my answer is in that para. Right? यहाँ पे in this option I'll also show you this. This has two parts. It can influence political views, part 1. As ये conjunction है. Why? It engenders close emotional ties among people. Do you see my point here, everybody? This is the Gyan point. So when I see this option, I see the two sides, two parts. This and this, like both have to be correct. Cause and effect. This is cause and this is effect. It can influence political views and opinions by this, engendering close emotional ties. Right? And then D says what is the basis of AI tools like CAT GPT, which can be used to generate academic content and opinion. CAT GPT was very much mentioned in that paragraph. It makes my work easy because I know where the answer is. Right? Correct? So I'm going to go back to that paragraph, okay, and then operating system of our civilization. Language is the basis of AI tools like CAT GPT used to generate this, this, this. Yes, Avinash, good point. Okay, okay. So CAT GPT can be verified easily, right? Political views can be verified easily, correct? Let me clear all the kachra now and I take you back. Okay, chaliye. But we know the paragraph जिसमें है. Go on. Check this out. Cultural artifacts by telling stories and writing laws. Quickly go back. एक तो eliminate हो रहा है 100% true, that is B. You can do this back and forth wala thing. Chalega. So we are looking for T, T, T and 1 F. Now we can verify CAT GPT and political views. Go back. CAT GPT. Next American presidential race. Okay. And try to imagine the impact of AI tools that can be made to mass produce political content, fake news and scriptures for new cults. Yes, Mohit, yes. So now when I go back, I have a little bit of clarity. कैसे? एक तो true है. Is fundamental to the articulation and spread of human values and culture. ये तो वैसे भी general है, ये तो true है. It's only between C and D. Political content, as it engenders close emotional ties. I'll show you something. Always be careful about your range. ये दिख रहा है. Form intimate relationships with people and use the power, change our opinions and worldviews. Do you see this? So, political and engendering means nurturing, nourishing, okay? ये supporting. So, this is true. इतना ज़्यादा आसान था ये question if you know where to look and how to eliminate. Why is D out? This is a trap. You can take it down as a GAN point. Primary reason, main reason, chief reason, most important thing, it forms the basis of that, it is the crux of that. These are traps that are subtly put in for students. So is the basis of AI tools like CAT GPT. Language is the operating system of our civilization. He takes us back to the cultural thing mostly. Okay, and he talks about political also. But then basis of AI tools like CAT GPT, which can be used to generate this part is a trap. This is wrong. So you cannot go with that. Got it? So yes, Sneha. Done. So this was a good question. Again, doable. Now, the last one. The author identifies these as the dire outcomes. अब तक तो passage का आपने सब कुछ देख लिया है, right? First, second, third para सारा कुछ, a little bit of ज्ञान you have. You are looking for 3T and 1F. First check the options and then jump back to the passage. Again, I can see some cause effect in some options. Always watch out for that because that is a very easy thing for question setters to set in those traps. यहाँ पे एक ट्रैप वर्ड दिख रहा है, completely new culture. What can happen? Can AI bring forward an entirely new culture? I need to go back and check. In this option B, I can see cause effect. ठीक है, I'm marking the traps. Apply its mastery to create this, which could exacerbate the polarization. So this is effect, this is cause, right? Which could exacerbate the polarization, poles of political views. Eventually subvert democratic processes, eventually, through the mass creation and spread of fake political content and news. Through the, this is cause, this is effect, right? Okay, yeah. So let's go back and check. Shall we go back? It's very easy for me to check completely new culture. Spawn a completely new culture through its ability to create new ideas and opinions. Go back. I think here he's going to talk about what will happen, correct? See, here he's asking. Yeah. He will reply here. Do you see this? Quickly go back and mark one answer as true. Yeah, through its ability to create new, true. Next, I would like to go back and check democratic. Okay, subvert democracies. बोला है उसने ruin democracies, but through what? Mass creation and spread of fake political content and news. Go back and check. Social chaos, AI hacks language, right? And then he has talked about mass moving something in some other zones, right? So I know after just checking that this D is true. Correct? D is there, yes, Biswal, yes. I'm left with these two. Look for the difference and then I'll take you back. You have to know how to go back and verify. And this is of course rephrasing, this is inference. Complicate करके उसने दिया है आपको option. Yeah. Outstrip human creativity and endeavors in the spheres such as art and music and laws. I'm going to check art, music, laws and outstrip. Okay, go on. You get it? A is given there very clearly, but in a rephrased form. You have to infer from there. So this is true. This is your answer. Why? I'll tell you. Why? Apply its mastery of language to create strong emotional ties. Correct. Okay. But this part, which could exacerbate the polarization of political views, which could change your political views, which could dominate your political views, which could affect chalega. But polarization of political views, you can go back to that part where he says, ये तो democracy से connected था, ये for new cults and whatever. But go here, intimate relationships with people to change our opinions and worldviews. Where is it talking about exacerbating or aggravating the political polarization that is there? कहाँ बोला है? C is true. Why, Chawali? I'll show you. C बोला है completely new culture. It's given there, Chawali. ये देख लो यहाँ. Here. AI is fundamentally different. AI can create completely new ideas, completely new culture, that is spawn new culture. As I said, rephrasing का खेल है. Got it? Biswal and Rubal and everybody. So done. So B is your answer. ठीक है? It was a neat trap, yes. Exacerbate the polarization. Just one word. Can you imagine? Political views is given. 2 words. Exacerbate polarization. Where is the polarization part? ये तो एक्स्ट्रा आपने डाला. एक्सटर्नल नॉलेज आपने डाला कि अच्छा ऐसा होगा, पॉलिटिकल व्यूज हमारा चेंज होगा तो वी विल बी पोलराइज्ड, ऐसा एक्सट्रीम एंड्स पे खेलेंगे ऐसा. Okay, that brings me to the end of the session, guys. These are your answers. I hope the Gyan points are clear. Solving the questions was not the biggest thing because you could go to any website and take those questions and solve. But here you have to understand the Gyan points, the subtle points that I gave you while eliminating the options or while looking for the answers, while setting my range. I hope these are clear. Okay, Chawali and everybody else. Done. We have done our bit. इसी तरह से bit by bit we'll keep progressing. सब अच्छा होगा. All is well, all is well. Okay? Everybody go for dinner. Even I'm going to eat. Yes. Bye-bye, guys. Windows, I'll keep opening the windows, Rubal. Thank you, everybody. Before you go, just give me one heart before you go, na? So that I get motivated to come back again tomorrow with something equally productive or like more productive. Good night, 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 good night. Thank you guys. प्रशांत चला गया डिस्टर्ब करके पूरे क्लास को. Thank you, Riaz, for saying that. All right, guys. Bye-bye. Cheers.